Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutz and welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and procedure for making one of my favorite Thai soups, Tom Kha Gai, which is a coconut chicken soup. There is sometimes some debate with making it and ingredients that should or shouldn't be in there. And I kind of never got involved into those discussions. However, there is one that I wholeheartedly believe in. Tom Kha Gai must have Galangal root, not ginger. After all, Kha is Galangal in Thai. So if your name is in the title of the dish, you must be present. So join me now as I show you how I make this amazing, flavorful soup. At this time, I'd like to say thank you very much to all the current subscribers. Your support is greatly appreciated. For those of you first timers and repeat visitors who have not done so, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, be up to date with all of our latest posts. Let's get cooking. Now to begin, because I'm using bone-in chicken, this step I recommend for a much cleaner stock or cleaner soup. If you're using boneless, skinless chicken breasts, this whole process here can be omitted. So in a bowl, a deep bowl, I have my chicken parts. I'm going to go ahead and pour hot water over top of them. Just enough to submerge it. And we're gonna allow this to sit for about 3 to 4 minutes. Well, here we are after about 5 minutes of sitting here. You see how some of the oils and then some of the scum is coming to the top of the surface of the water. That's the same thing that happens whenever you're making chicken soup and you're using bones and carcasses. That scum builds off the top and you have to skim it. By doing this in the bowl, it's going to greatly minimize the amount of skimming we have to do, therefore giving us a cleaner stock or soup. Now, we're going to take this to the sink. We're going to drain all this off and we're going to rinse the chicken with cold water. To begin, I have cold water in my pot. I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken parts. We're going to want to turn it on high and let's start to bring this up to a simmer. Well, now that we have skimmed the scum, let's go ahead and add our shallots. Let's add our aromatics. We have Kaffir lime leaves, lemongrass, incredible. This is galangal, not to be confused with ginger. And you see the reddish tint on it. It is, it almost looks more like turmeric, except it's a lot larger. And we have garlic. Now I would like to add my lime juice, fresh lime juice, and fish sauce. We're gonna bring this up to a simmer and allow simmer for about 10 minutes or so to enable the flavors to develop. Well, now that we have our stock simmering for 15 minutes or so, I like to add my coconut milk. Unsweetened coconut milk's the best. And something fatty. You want these thick chunks of the coconut in it as well. It just adds a nice texture. Gives it a little more, I guess, authenticity to it. So go ahead and get all that goodness in there. Go ahead and give it a gentle stir. Let's go ahead and add some salt. And some chilies, depending on how spicy you would like it, or you can omit it altogether. We're gonna bring this back to a simmer and allow it to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes again to further develop the flavors. Well, here we are after the 15 or so minutes. The chicken is cooked. I'm just going through and trying to develop a little more flavor on it. And the lime leaves is really evident. It's so nice. So now I want to give a quick taste to it, adjust the seasonings if I need to,
And then let's add our straw mushrooms. These are already cooked. They purchase them in a can in a brine. We will go ahead and give it a quick stir and allow it to simmer for maybe 5 minutes or so. And we are ready for service.
Well, there you have Tom Kha Gai. Hands down my favorite Thai soup. The first time I ever had it was back in Scottsdale when we lived there, and this one restaurant for some reason went out of business. I have no idea why, but I fell in love with that soup the very first time I had it. The presentation was fantastic on it. Served it in this little metal container, and it had actually like a piece of charcoal in it with the flame going, and it was still heating as it was sitting at the table. It was really cool. There are a little quicker ways to doing this soup than what I just displayed. If you want to use boneless breast, that's absolutely fine. However, I would recommend using a chicken stock that you had already made, or if you purchased a chicken stock, because the boneless, skinless chicken breast will not develop the chicken flavor as bone-in chicken does. That's why I opted to do it this way. If you do the pre-made or purchased chicken stock with the breast, the soup can be done start to finish in 15 minutes, 20 at the most. The flavors on it are really fantastic. Adjust seasoning as you like. Make it spicy, don't make it spicy, it's all up to you. Now, one thing I did leave out, and I always save this for the garnish, and that is fresh cilantro. I don't put the cilantro into the soup because I don't want to kill the herb. I like doing it fresh a la minute. That way that cilantro flavor is really fresh and, and it doesn't disappear in the soup. Now, the soup itself, be careful because a lot of the items in the soup are not really edible. They are, the aromatics like the galangal, the lemongrass, the Kaffir lime leaf. You're not going to eat those. Yes, they will be in your soup, but exercise some caution. Just don't tear into it. It does seem a little bit like a waste, but it makes for a beautiful soup and flavorful soup, which is extremely important. I have seen where people have served it with jasmine rice on the side. That is completely up to you. I never serve it with rice or rice noodles. Maybe I give it a shot and see what it's like. Well, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration. Give it a shot. This soup is fantastic and one of my favorites. And if you try it, I'm pretty sure you will find it to be one of your favorites as well. Thanks again for joining. You have fun.